So a big part of director of membership is kate, and you guys have all touched on that. And I was just wondering if you guys had any ideas on how you would do a kate reveal. So yeah, so it's been different in the past. So you can be creative or whatever. Anything that pops up in your head.
I think one thing that I did think of this year was that, should the weather permit it, have kate reveal outside in Ocean Beach. I thought it'd be really cool if you have all of the awnings and you have hints in little bottles or something, and then they all have to find each other. But then as they're doing that, when they find a bottle, maybe it's not them. So when they find it, they have to figure it out and go and talk to the other awnings and see oh, maybe this is you or something like that. And then that way they're meeting other awnings, and they're also potentially meeting or figuring out who their queer ate is. So,
I can go. I guess I would do this for a reveal. One of the ideas that I would, since kate reveals a really large event with over 100 people, I think it would be really an efficient way and kind of creative way to do matching socks with kuya and ates, and then have a blanket streamed around classroom, so all the kuyas and ates on one side with the matching sock, and the awnings come in trying to find their match. And then on the 1, 2, 3 drop, you drop, and then you see your kuya ate. So, and you get kind of cute socks to match with your kuya ate, 2 for 1. Great surprise and socks. So, you can wear it. You can match to Kasamahan events, to Barrio. To the club. To the club.
On the record. Besides reveal, I think a really big fun part of the kate program and that whole reveal season is the anticipation. It's the anticipation of kuyas and ates who already know who their ating is gonna be, getting them gifts and and then the atings getting hints and trying to figure out who it is. So I think definitely in that kate season, having the mixers to help us pair, and then also having events to once you start using your hints for the atings and I don't know, it's just the anticipation is, I think, more what I would plan for than I would plan for both a lot, but the anticipation is something that I'd like to focus on and really develop. During the actual reveal, I remember last year something that I really enjoyed was when all of the families did a kind of roll call kind of thing, and it was able to introduce to all the members a kind of family culture that each family had, and introduce that to the outings in a really quick and fun way. Yeah.
I agree.
Athena?
So I know that Tyler really talked about this in his speech that he was across St. James. So I know that in the Constitution, kate program is the main project of Director of Membership. But what do you guys plan to do in the spring semester to keep members engaged in Kasamahan besides Barrio?
Can I start? Okay, so throughout the year, I think that a big issue with our retention rate is the perception that the social side of Kasamahan and the academic side cannot coexist. As a potential director of membership, I'd like to shift our organizational attitude towards academics and host spaces where people can chill, because Barrio season, midterm season, that is a stressful time. And I know for myself, if I was able to hang out with my kasamas and focus on my academics at the same time, that would be a really good space that I would want to go to.
Yeah, so for me, writing out this Barrio High just really means getting to know the people that I didn't get to know during Barrio. And so everyone during Barrio was like, wow, that girl, that lead for Skid's super cool, I want to hang out with her. Or that guy standing on the sticks, I want him to be my friend. And so for me, it would be creating these small, low-key, informal kind of open invitations to everyone, so that we can all meet each other outside of the Barrio area. And for me right now, I not to put her on the spot, but I invited Meryl to go out to lunch tomorrow, and so and she accepted, so it's just because we're not in Barrio, she's not gonna say no. So I feel just reaching out to people and having that open invitation, people will come and people will hang out, but just having at least anyone on board, anyone with a position to offer it, I'm pretty confident that someone will take it. So just kind of providing opportunities in all aspects, whether it be academic or like boba or like sports games or even bringing your friend to elections, you know, like those small things just like really add up to mean a lot.
No. Yeah.
One of the things that I think deters students who are interested in being a part of the organization to actually get active as a member is the kind of stereotype that Casa Mahan is kind of cliquey. So how do you go, like what's your guys' game plan on going about that and making sure that everyone is encouraged and joining?
I think for me, it's really encouraging our members to tap into their other interests and hobbies. Like for example, I'm in also DZ AFIO, so I would advocate for Kasamahan, the DZ AFIO side, and invite them to come to our events so that they can personally see. Because obviously people talk and people are going to think what they're going to think. But as soon as you bring that one person in, and once you change that one person's mind, they're going to go back to that org, and they're just going to spread how much like how wrong they were about it and all the good that we do. So I think it's just encouraging our members that Kasamahan is great and it is valuable, but don't forget your other aspects, because I think that's what it seems like. People come up to me, Faustin, you're always with Kasamahan, you know? So it's like me personally, like me challenging myself to go back into my other organizations and my other interests to show them that like everyone's cared for and everyone's included.
I think for me, it's all about like having an open dialogue and having that communication with people. So that's something that we talked about in a few of the other positions too. But I think something like for me, it's literally like my job to convince people to come to this school. So like something that is really good with, that I think could work with Kasamahan is like encouraging people to come up to like seasoned people who have been in Kasamahan for 4 years, or to encourage them to come up to eBoard and kind of be like, hey, what's been your experience with Kasamahan? So they can see that it's not necessarily like super cliquey. It's not like we are like a large, big family, and that's an aspect that people don't see unless they actually join the org. So I think having that communication with people's experiences with Kasamahan is definitely something that could potentially bring in people who you think it's cliquey, and then obviously working with like publicity or like working with our story in order to promote that image of Kasamahan as not being such a like only like very cliquey.
A big part of my platform is increasing the amount of leadership opportunities for general membership, especially with eBoard's shift to more horizontal leadership. I want more general members to feel like they have a bigger impact on the organization as a whole. And I think this can translate over to having more general members be advocates for our organization. Because of course, as members of the executive board and like with a title, it can be very scary. Even if we're like, oh, we're approachable, you can talk to us. It can be very intimidating to just walk up to someone you don't know who has an eBoard jacket on and to, you know, like get their experience. So I would say like having more general members have more of a say and more power in this organization will also allow them to reach out to others.
Matt.
So another aspect of membership, of director membership, is coordinating and managing the Kasama reps. So I want to hear more about plans for Kasama reps or what makes you eligible to be board.
So personally for me, I would love to utilize the Kasama reps more in kind of talking to the classes more and kind of bringing everyone together. So one thing that I did mention was like larger events throughout the school year. One of those that I was thinking could potentially be like a battle against the classes, so that people are kind of like bonding with their own class while also kind of getting to meet people from other classes during those events. In addition to that, I believe Kasama reps could be a really great avenue in terms of meeting every single new member, because obviously it's pretty unrealistic for one person to be able to meet like 200 different people face to face and have meaningful conversations with them. So even if like a Kasama rep can reach out to those people within each of their classes, having that person that is on eBoard be the face of and encouraging them to like work harder or like join the org more or be more active, would be a great avenue to use Kasama reps for.
As a former Kusama rep, I find that this program is intensely important in forming future executive board members. And so I would see it as an opportunity for Kusama reps to simulate their time on board. I want these Kusama reps to plan events for their class. I want them to be able to hold meetings with their class, like informal or formal. And one utility that I haven't seen from the Kusama reps that can be developed is the program is really good at getting executive board information to individual classes. But what I want to see more is to get class input to executive board so that we can plan it in the best way possible. My number one goal, if I am elected as director of membership, is to reduce the gap between executive board and general membership. And Kusama reps it's that bridge.
Yeah, so for me, I started on Go Team for 2 years, and one of those years I had to train the next 40 people to be Go Team, and so within 2 weeks I had to really teach them knowledge about the school and help them be more self-aware, not only about themselves but the people in the community around them. So within my time in Go Team, I have been blessed enough to work with people on SLE on that floor who have given me workshops and activities to really help me find those self-awareness and those self-growth activities. And so with the Kusama reps, I really want to focus on their needs and their growth, because once they're confident and they feel like they can do it, then they can go and do all these things that we're hoping for them to do. And so, yeah, so.
Okay, so last question will go to Nikki.
So my question I have for y'all, so y'all have been talking a lot about you've been talking a lot about the CATE program and the social aspect of membership, but a huge aspect of director of membership also is talking about the requirements that come with membership and being a member of this organization. So requirements are a fairly new aspect to Kusama-han, and it seems to be an area that continues to bring people in, to hit not only the social but also the community and the cultural. But towards the end of fall semester and going into spring semester, we see a huge drop-off later in the year. So how do you plan on upholding these requirements with membership, and how do you plan on creating incentive programs to keep them involved, not only in the social aspect, but Kusama-han as a whole? Sorry, that was a lot of questions.
I can go ahead. So one of the biggest changes that I have on my platform that I'd like to make is to use KATE program to incentivize participation from the membership. This would involve this would involve officializing family lines. There's a lot to work out with that. But a big strength of Kusama-han is that a lot of upperclassmen are called kuya ate. A lot of underclassmen are called ading, even if they're not in their family lines. But by officializing family lines, I believe I can use this to incentivize participation even at the end of the year through prizes, recognition, and other things.
Cool.
I think what I would do in order to maintain that participation while still requiring things of the members of Kusama-han would be to allow for them to make up certain requirements. So we do have members that aren't necessarily Filipino. We do have members that are not necessarily joining the org for that cultural aspect. So I want to take that into consideration. Maybe someone if they attend 2 more social events, that can fulfill one more of their other requirements. For instance, so it doesn't have to be super strict on what they join Kusama-han for, because we do want to kind of include everyone that is joining Kusama-han that does have different outputs for what they want to get out of the organization itself.
So one of the things that I would do a raffle at either as an incentive for people to go, because I know in a lot of other organizations they give out prizes to the person that goes to the most. But that kind of discourages and disincentivizes the other people that can only go to one because of their schedule. So I think a raffle is a really good alternative to either events or workshops or whatever to do. And I think it really goes back to individual, genuine relationships, because a lot of people will only go to meetings if their one friend goes. And so if everyone can feel connected, and I don't want to say everyone, if most people can feel genuine, or they can relate to that one person, they can really go to that one person to bring them there, then that's just gonna go a long way, because then they'll keep coming, it'll keep trickling down, because they'll meet more people, they'll make more connections. So I think I really want to focus on individual relationships to keep the momentum going into spring.
Okay, thank you.